Too many options and it is killing you. You scroll through your phone and you want to live in a van, move to New York, start your own farm, or own your own business all at once. When in reality, you're overwhelmed and taking zero action. I've been there. I can fix this. Use my rule of thirds. The first third is for your hobbies, where there's no pressure to monetize. The second third is for your daily responsibilities, whether that's at work or at school. And the final third, this is where you go deep on a single high-value skill to massively increase your earning potential. This can complement your daily work or help you pivot into your dream industry. The rule of thirds will help you be happy, be responsible, and extremely skilled.
Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save us all.
I'm going to give you some quick and dirty rules that every entrepreneur needs to be aware of. Sales cures all. There's never been a company in the history of companies that's ever succeeded without sales. Anybody who's ever told you, don't worry about sales, you can grow it and then worry about sales later, they're lying to you. They will fail, you will fail. You have to be able to sell. And do you know who the biggest salesperson in your company has to be? You.
If you're thinking too much about that, you lost your focus, which is the most important. You know, my focus is to be a good man and to do it my job properly. So this is what I'm trying to do. I know many people depend on me, but this is other side of me, and I try to don't focus on that, because it's important, but for me it's not the most important.
Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. You're going to lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. You won't finish your to-do list. You'll wonder whether you made the right call and have no way to know. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship. If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it. More for you.
Someone asked me right now, I was posting this story, what is your biggest fear in life? I said the fear of being average. Since I was 14, 15, 16, I didn't want to live an average life, and you shouldn't either. Don't think it's normal, don't accept it, because average is a punishment nowadays. This world is filled with comfort, your phone is made to trap you in, social media is made to trap you in. Go for something bigger, because you only get one opportunity, please. And I'm not living an average one, okay?
Would you play a video game if it was easy? If you could never die? I mean, cheats get boring pretty quick. You play it because it's hard. That's the whole point of it. You're supposed to struggle with it. You're supposed to suffer with it. If I woke up and everything was just perfect, that'd be great for a few weeks. You just wake up and nothing ever goes wrong. I think that'd be quite depressing in its own way. That's the beauty of life, is the up and the down, because there's no light without dark.
If you want to sell more than you currently do, pay attention to these 3 marketing discoveries. 1. When customers were presented with many options to choose from, only 3% ended up buying. And just by reducing the number of options to make decision-making easier, buyers increased to 40%. 2. When Campbell's Soup limited the number of cans a person can buy at a time, people started buying more. They simply added a sense of value and superiority by limiting access and availability. 3. When people were presented with 2 hotel rooms, which were priced similarly, but one offered a free coffee in the morning, most of them went with the free coffee without even exploring the quality of the rooms. Neuroscientists discovered that individuals are rarely able to evaluate the value of something based on its intrinsic worth, but instead compare it with the surrounding options.
Bad things happen, people don't know how to cope, and they allow one bad thing to snowball into more. Bad stuff sucks. The only thing worse is letting one bad thing ruin many good things.
Did you do it?
Yes.
What did it cost?
Everything.
I will be one of the greatest, that is a vow, yeah, that is a promise. Always wanted to be famous, just being real, yeah, just being honest. My haters won't always be nameless, give them no clout, I give them no power. Creators will different, they ancient, sooner than later.
Oh, you used to be like this. Oh, you did this. Remember? Say yes, I remember. And I changed and I evolved. What now?
I'm that kind of person. I'm like, whatever it is, just gonna figure it out. We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. This is gonna happen. How? I don't know.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, the second law of thermodynamics. So we understand that for everything we input, there's going to be an equal and opposite reaction to that input. So what people focus on is they focus on the output instead of the input. So you can't control when you're going to become a millionaire. That's the output. People are focused on the output. They're focused on the reaction. They can't control the reaction. All they can focus on is the action. So what are the actions that you have to input in order to make $1 million? Do you know them? No, I don't know them. Okay, well, how many millionaires do you know? And how many millionaires have you gone into and asked them what is the input for them to make $1 million? They're very common habits.
I think people focus too much on the past and focus too much on regret. Right or wrong, just place a thought out there.
If you don't exercise, you're going to die sooner. For every hour you exercise, you will live 3 hours longer.
For every hour you exercise, you'll live 3 hours longer.
Yes, that's the Harvard alumni study.
I want to get up right now.
If you get too much exercise, you decrease your life expectancy same way.
Oh, really? You can overdo it.
You can overdo it, and a lot of people don't know that, and I hate to tell anybody that, because most people are not getting any.
Yeah.
If you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing, right? So clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit. Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, like in a relationship. I bought her flowers and I wished her happy birthday and she doesn't love me. Clearly I'll give up, you know? That's not what happens. If you believe there's something there, you commit yourself to an act of service. Commit yourself to the regime, the exercise. You can screw it up. You can eat chocolate cake one day, you can skip a day or two. It allows for that. But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape. And the same with the relationship. It's not about the events. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency.
Because sometimes I really don't know. Maybe sometimes I agree. Maybe I have bad image in the pitch because I'm too serious. I take serious. But if you really know me, if you are my friend, if you live inside my house, if you share the day with me, you will know that I hate to lose.
Warren Buffett said that the difference between really successful people and the most successful people is that the most successful people say no to almost everything. It's so simple and so hard, which a lot of success habits are. Success comes down to doing the obvious thing for an extraordinary period of time without convincing yourself you're smarter than you are.
Shameless people learn really quickly and are successful. Most people are just afraid to ask people for help. And so we, Joe, Nate, and I were shameless about asking people for feedback, whether it was just our investors or meeting famous entrepreneurs like Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos, who ended up becoming an investor, or Warren Buffett. You know, you seek out people, and most people are really nice and they'll help you if they can.
I like this quote, which you said, "Those who want to lead the orchestra must be willing to turn their back on the crowd." What do you mean by that?
You have to be okay with being misunderstood, with being rejected. And the worst thing you want to be is be a follower that follows followers, a sheep that follows sheep. You have to be able to think out of a place of autonomy. And if you want to be a leader, you have to lead yourself first. And you have to lead yourself through free thought and through critical thinking. And unless you develop those things, then you're going to just be a follower of followers.
5 or 6 years, I went every single day without missing a single day. I never got sick. I was in the water on Christmas, birthday, holidays, everything. It didn't matter.
I believed that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything.
I can guarantee you there was probably 100 days where I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to stay in my bed and not get out. But those were the days where you have to. You have to get up and do something, because I think
the greats do things when they don't always want to. That's what separates good from great.
I feel like if you can master patience, you can master anything. To sit and plan out your goals and dreams, strategize, understand how the universe works, how things manifest. The time it takes is part of your own learning process.
Don't worry, guys. Bad things are going to happen. They're going to come. You have nothing to worry about. There will be a day you wake up and somebody you love has died. And you can be sad that day. Why waste a perfectly good day being sad when sad days are guaranteed to come?
If you fake bravery when you're terrified, that is bravery. And I kind of feel like motivation is the same thing. If you do the thing when you're feeling unmotivated, that is motivation.
That's it.
Stop telling your visions to other people, because they're not going to see it. Why you think you keep imagining opening a business? Why do you keep imagining buying a house? Why do you keep imagining driving a really nice car? Why do you keep imagining getting rich one day? Why do you keep imagining that? Because God is talking to you. He's showing you something that he has for you. He puts it in your imagination, man. See, God is good, man. You got to understand how good God is. He ain't playing with you. He the real deal. He created you, and then he even showed you what he got for you. You got to start believing in your imagination. You got to start talking to him about this stuff you be seeing. So if you see the vision, the imagination, but you don't ask God for it, what you want him to do?
Don't be normal. Learn what no one learns. Try what no one tries. Fail like no one does. Get up like no one could. Enjoy the pain and pleasure of a path no one has walked before. Ignore rules. Ignore standards. Because average is a sin. Comfort is a curse. And the worst thing you can do is become something anyone else can too.
Losers let it happen. Winners make it happen. Losers see thunderstorms. Winners see rainbows. Losers see icy streets. Winners put on their ice skates. Losers take chances. Winners make choices. It's all in the way you choose to think.
I once had a guidance counselor tell me that I shouldn't play basketball, that it would never amount to anything for me. And you know what? Much to your surprise, I took that counselor's advice. I took it and I used it to be the best basketball player I could be. His negativity towards me made me stronger. You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming your reality. Your dreams are up to you. So with that, I'll let you carry on with your evening. Please know I'm thinking of you, supporting you, and encouraging you always.
Especially young people, they say, well, I don't know what to do. It's like, that's okay. Nobody does. Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect, and it will change along the way, but it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path, and as you become disciplined, you become wiser.
A wise man once told me there's only one rule in this world. A small question that drives all success. The more a man invests in that question, the more powerful that man will become. Can you guess what that question is, Mr. Green? What's in it for me?
Life is hard, so do hard things. Run, lift, sweat, speak up, strike out. Don't ask for an easier life, train to be a stronger human. The easy life becomes hard, the hard life becomes easy.
Jimmy Carr broke my brain with this one. Everyone is jealous of what you've got. No one is jealous of how you got it.
Everybody wants the view, but no one wants the climb. I love it.
Pick something you would do for free and make that your career, and you'll never live a sad day in your life.
I kept trying to quit my job and go be an entrepreneur.
I would read all the self-help books. I read, like every night, that's all I did. I just read all these self-help books, and I found one of them that said, there are people who are wantrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. And I remember hearing that word wantrepreneur, but what if they're right? I am a wantrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur. I want to be one and I'm not. And from that point, it took me 6 months to quit my job. I think in the early days, people are looking for the big carrot. They want the big vision. They want the big passion, but they don't have it. I'll give you the first rule of entrepreneurship that I have learned, which is use what you have. And a lot more people have pain. A lot more people have anger. A lot more people have shame. For me, it was hatred of my current existence. I hated being a entrepreneur. I hated being a wannabe. I hated being one of those people who like talked about all the things they were going to do and didn't do anything. I hated living the life that my dad wanted me to live. I think pain moves people far more effectively than pleasure does.